What's up, guys? Welcome back. In today's video we're going to be showing another set from this was 2 days ago, but the same day as the last video. I just changed my team halfway through the through the sets thanks to a recommendation from Hero Vange, and I will link to the video that I watched in the description, and maybe if I can put a card up there, I'll do that as well. But he was showcasing a Metagross lead with double Dragon Breath in the back, and so I was trying that team and I really like it so far. The only thing that sucks is if you run into a Magnezone lead. I have not figured out a way to beat that stupid Pokemon yet. It's just so powerful. I do think Wild Charge is a little OP. I think they need to nerf it a little bit, because even doing neutral damage to Metagross, it just hits like a truck, and it's not fair. But anyways, I did battle some of you guys today on Twitter, so thank you for that. And special shout out to one of my subscribers. He has his grandkids who helped him kind of get into the game. They just had a recent birthday, so Ava and Nicholas, happy birthday. And let's just get into the battles. Alright, so Lewis 1469, and again, we're leading Metagross. It's amazing when you run into a Togekiss. The Metagross mirror match is very tough. There's so many different ways you can play it. You could go for the bait with Meteor Mash, you could go straight for Earthquake. You could just throw Meteor Mash right away, which has been happening to me recently, which I actually think is a very interesting way to play it. Just go straight Meteor Mash, don't even try to bait. I've had some success with it, so I don't know, I'm gonna experiment a little bit more with that. But I mean, obviously if you can land an Earthquake, which does happen every now and then, because they might expect a shield bait, if you can land one, I mean, you just knock them out in one hit, so it's like amazing. So I don't know, there's so many different ways to play it. But the good news is, this specific Metagross, if you look at its CP, is only 3520, which means I'm going to win the CMP every time, because mine is a hundo and it's best buddied, so definitely going to win the CMP. So we win that matchup there, which was good, because yeah, mirror matches are always stressful. I hate mirror matches. Anyways, we have Dragonite against Machamp. This should be a very easy matchup for us. We are going to be weak to the Rock Slide, so we get baited there, and then for some reason I switch into Gyarados. This is my first time, so don't judge me. It's my first time playing this team composition in this way, and I probably should have stayed in with Dragonite. I don't know why I switched. Maybe I was trying to build up some energy, maybe kind of get a little bit of an energy lead against whatever they throw in next. But yeah, and their Gyarados was a Waterfall Gyarados, which is actually good for us because we resist that, and yeah, it'll be doing less damage than we'll be doing to it. And so now, and we're also Dragonite resists water too. So I love seeing a Waterfall Gyarados, and that almost KO'd us. Holy crap. That was, oh man, that was bad. I almost lost the match right there. Thankfully Dragonite has had some health, and it has such a high DPS, such a high, damage per second, such a high attack stat. We were able to feint down the Machamp with Dragon Breath. We were able to breathe it down. Okay. Anyways, Swampert lead. I switch out into Gyarados, and we get locked in against one of the worst Pokemon we want to see right now, which is Magnezone. We are double weak to Electric, so this is not good. This is not a good situation. Luckily, they didn't shield that, so that was nice. They definitely gave up, I think, an opportunity there to kind of keep their Magnezone healthy. And now that they've weakened defense, I feel a little bit more comfortable coming back in with Metagross, because this Wild Charge will still hurt, so I'm going to shield it. But now that its defense is lowered again, our bullet punches will do more damage. And so I decided to. I was trying to switch there, but then I decided just to feint it down because their defense was so low. I could just feint it down. I go for the Earthquake against Swampert, which does a ton of damage if they don't shield it, and they don't shield it, so it does like almost 75% damage. And then I switch into Dragonite, and they switch into their own Dragonite. Now, this Dragon Claw will almost KO from here, because it's so, it gets stabbed, and so Dragonite's so strong, it could knock me out from there. So I decided to charge up to 2 of them, and I'm going to try to go back to back without getting hit in the meantime. And it looks like it worked. We did not. That Dragonite didn't shield for some reason, and then their Swampert shielded. Now this Hydro Cannon will be resisted, but we have such low health, it almost KO'd us. So that was crazy. Yeah, the resistant water damage that definitely came into play here. Otherwise, we would have been knocked out if that was like a neutral move. And so we take game 2. So off to a good start. Now in this battle, I make a dumb move. And I think you see it right here. I switch into Gyarados, and I think I should have switched into Dragonite. I'm trying to remember. I know this was the game I lost, but I'm trying to remember why I made a dumb play. I remember, and yeah. So we're gonna see what happens. So I get hit with Body Slam, but I shield it, so no damage there. And we're just gonna go. I'm just gonna mute this real quick. So I'm gonna go with Crunch, and they shield the Crunch. And then it looks like they're probably gonna throw a Body Slam, so I decide not to shield. And then they're gonna come in, just keep doing licks, and then I switch out again. I think maybe that was one of the moves I shouldn't have done. It looked like we were doing okay against that Snorlax, but I gave up switch advantage again. And now they come in with Metagross. So yeah, this was. I mean, I guess it wasn't horrible. Dragonite actually does surprisingly well against a Metagross because of how high its attack stat is, which I mentioned in the last video. Dragonite is just so strong that even against a Metagross, it does a ton of damage. You see how it's not shielding, and look how low its health got. So you gotta be careful with Metagross. You might have to shield once, depending on your opponent's shields. But yeah, so we throw a Crunch. This will most likely get shielded because it's super effective. And they decide to let it go, so that was interesting. They come in with Snorlax, and we're trying to... Oh man, see, yeah, I think I was just trying to get cute with all these swaps. It just wasn't working out. Yeah, I think my mistake was not switching into Dragonite. I think that was the move. But, you know, I guess you never know what they have in the back, too. They could have had a Togekiss, which would have totally annihilated my Dragonite. So, you know, maybe I was just being a little too hard on myself. I didn't play it perfectly, but I don't think I played it poorly, because we were still putting up a good fight. This Meteor Mash will be resisted, but yeah, it didn't do a lot of damage. I think there, as what I could have gone to an Earthquake. It's just seeing how many more bullet punches I got to. I could have probably gone to Earthquake there, and that would have knocked out the Swampert. So yeah, that allowed him to farm me up for extra energy, and I was running out of storage, so I had to stop. I was gonna lose that anyways, and so yeah. Anyways, game 4. So we're 2-1. Let's see if we can come back. We win the lead. Very, very good. So they go Dragonite, I go Dragonite. And the reason I didn't go Gyarados is because, again, I always expect them to have a Metagross in the back. It might have been more of a better move to go with Gyarados against Dragonite, but I wasn't too worried about it. I'm trying to keep Gyarados around just in case they have a Metagross. And look, they have a Metagross. So now I have my counter ready. This is the situation I wanted to be in, which is why I tend to save Gyarados. So anyways, this is going to get, resisted damage, but it does a big chunk, almost 50% damage, which is crazy. Meteor Mash is such a powerful move. So anyways, we're going to get some shields with these crunches, and that's going to be our strategy. They switch into Togekiss, which was a mistake on their end because obviously I'm going to switch into Metagross. So just going to undercharge the Meteor Mash, but it still knocks it out. So I'm going to go again with another Meteor Mash, and this should either draw a shield or do a nice little chunk of damage. And it looks like they save their shield, and I'm just going to shield here because I think got this match in the bag pretty much. So I'm just going to go Bullet Punch. Yeah, and they ended up quitting because we could have Bullet Punched them down from there. Alright, last game. This is going pretty well. We're 3-1. So last game of the set, and we get a Dragonite lead. Now this is a pretty good lead. It's not amazing, but it's good. We can win that matchup. They go into a Waterfall Gyarados, which means I can go into Dragonite, and this is a much better matchup because we resist those Waterfalls. And so we're going to do a lot of damage with these Dragon Breaths. It's going to be crazy. So yeah, so we're going to go Dragon Claw, and they're going to not shield. Probably a good move on their part, saving their shields. However, yeah, I guess that's a good move. So we're going to go straight Dragon Claw. And they don't shield again. That was a very surprising move because, yeah, that was just... it takes so much damage by not shielding a Dragon Claw. So, not sure what their plan was. So we'll see what their last Pokemon is. And it's a Metagross, okay. So they're saving their shields for Metagross. Now, I can draw a shield no problem with this move. And I have a Gyarados in the back to burn the other shield, and I have a shield. So this should be GG's from here, because I'll shield this, they're going to shield the Crunch, I should get to another crunch before they knock me out. And so that should be how it plays out. So let's see. Crunch shield, okay. We're going to go Meteor Mash. We're going to take it. We resist it, but it does a pretty big chunk. This will put us in the yellow for sure. And then we're going to go crunch. Yeah, and that should be good games. If not, we'll, like, maybe 1 or 2 Dragon Breath should do it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Okay, so 4 or 5 Dragon Breaths, whatever. We still win. So we go 4-1 in the set, and this was a really great set. The reason I like this team is because it's very straightforward. It's very easy to learn the strategy, and this was my first time even trying this set. I've gotten better at playing it since then, which we'll talk about in tomorrow's video or the next day because I've still been using this team. But yeah, the only problem is Magnezone. You gotta watch out for Magnezone. I'm sorry, but I don't have anything to say. If you run into a Magnezone lead, you're kind of screwed. I don't know, try to go Earthquake, or maybe I'm going to experiment with maybe waiting for them to do both of their moves and not throwing a charge move. Usually I've been throwing Meteor Mash to draw a shield, but I don't know if that's the optimal strategy. I'm still experimenting because that's such a freaking tough matchup. So we'll see what happens. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And leave a comment below if you like this team, if you've been using this team, or what team you've been having success with. Just help each other out. We're all trying to get to rank 10. So yeah, thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.